Next up, Mr. Matthew Hupert. Hello. Okay, good. I'll move over here. Matthew is a smart, funny guy. He's one of my favorite hosts of poetry readings and open mics. I just love doing them, and unfortunately I get up 4:30 in the morning on Thursday and Friday, so I don't get to go as often as I'd like. But he's a terrific poet and a great friend. And what could you say about yourself that's not in the bio?
Every report card I ever got started, Matthew is very intelligent, but. And I think I would like my epitaph now, as of this week, to be, he was like Billy the Kid in a candy store.
Nice. Give it up for Matthew Hupert.
Pete Solomita, everybody, come on. You know, Pete asked me to pick a poem, and I said, oh no, I want you to pick a poem for me, because that's way more interesting to see what you think I should be reading. And he picked one that I think was really right on. NYC, my home. I know I was there. The long passage of time makes it feel as though I wasn't. New York City in all its grimy, dirty, stinking self, stepping over empty crack vials and used condoms as rats scurry by, looking in alleyways and abandoned storefronts for a potential threat to your life. We were young and just shrugged it off as part of the zeitgeist, the city holding promise of art, music, social experiences, helped us look past the blight. Now, the city seems sterile, a mostly unaffordable rich man's paradise. My fellow travelers of a time when equality seemed attainable, write verses filled with images like graffiti on a subway car, drinking in dive bars until 4, when a cave-like graphic on a black subway wall could make you a pop star in a pop shop filled with your art. I'm not a young man anymore. I don't find adventure in the thrill of the unknown. I like my meal home-cooked and plentiful, but I still dig the gritty chords of a song birthed in scorn or a splatter of paint made in a frenetic arch of design. I cherish the memory of late-night knishes and egg creams at Dave's before heading home from a night filled with youthful aplomb. When the waves of energy seemed endless, it was our time to grow up and be someone, hoping somehow we'd do more than survive. Yeah. Pete Solomita. All right, I'm such a whore. I got a pile of poems here. I have a birthday coming up, and this is about that. If you had 65 jelly beans, it wouldn't be too much. If you only had 65 cents, you'd be fucked. You'd be enthralled to be 65 inches away from your love or 65 feet from home. But 65 orbits make me officially old, and I'm not having it. From now on, I'm counting my age in jelly beans. All right, I got 2 political ones and then some more personal stuff. This one's called Ikebana, which, for those of you who don't know, that's the Japanese art of flower arranging. Ikebana. There are no more roses in the rose garden, just a patio. Like the Fontainebleau in 1967, only not so classy. There's no one left to tend the farms, nurseries, and gardens lie fallow, unworked, where small urban greens pumped a fart's breath of oxygen bloom needle-dick skyscrapers for unsung labor instead, utilitarian in ways that make Soviet architecture look rococo. The gray faces are turning all spaces to gray so they can blend in, lest an unexpected burst of color, riotous and alive, pulsing, vibrant, sexy as red lingerie on uncut grass, saturated like orange fruit and electric kisses, purple cocks and pink pussies, shock an unwelcome smile that cracks their faces, stagnant and dry from misuse and neglect like the love of a rock, and they maybe remember what it was like to be human. When the last of the flowers have gone, what will cover the stench of death? Thank you. And this one is called New Liars, Same Lies. The myth of nostalgia taints the air, and the new seems darker because the then is worshipped as if the sun was set in gold. There were no golden days, only days of iron, so those on golden thrones could think their golden thoughts while we lifted iron weights, shackled in iron manacles, gagged into silence by iron fists with a false promise of gold to come. And they're back again, pockets gold-stuffed, bulging at the seams, promising any gold that spills out will be ours if only we let their pockets overflow. But the pockets have zippers, and the gold only has value because it never spills to the floor. Well, as I said, I have a birthday coming up, and now my son in a couple weeks is going to turn 21, so I've been thinking forwards and backwards a lot. So I have two personal poems. This one is a letter I actually did send to my son about his upcoming 21st birthday. Dear son, I've done what I can, shouted and sweated, took mace to the face, wrote poems and polemics, and hugged you on the daily. Tried to teach you tolerance and outrage in equal measure. Looked for beauty in all the ugly places without too much sugar or shade to shape into a man who makes the world better just by being in it. The tough times are here, but they will pass, I promise, if you do something about it, and do something you must. I'm sorry, but it's your world now. Give it a spit and a shine, make it your own, live in beauty, not fear, like I know you can. I may be worried for you, but I'm not worried about you. Nice. And looking in the other direction, this one, oh, no, that's the wrong one, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. This one, this one is for my father, who I miss very much. Okay, this is called Phaethon, which is that's a Greek myth. He was the son of the sun god. All right, Phaethon, an autobiography. The weeping willow I planted with my father half a century ago or so, after braving tragedies fast and slow, lightning strikes and flood, was wind blown down 2 nights ago, crashing to the ground like the son of the sun, erratically driving the chariot out of control, burning and freezing the ground capriciously, dividing the world into hot and cold, thunderbolted by Zeus, falling into the river Eridanos, an ear-splintering explosion followed only by the whispers of weeping. The tears of those who wept sprouted the weeping willows, lining the banks of rivers, a world ever grieving the flow of time and water. I miss my dad. All right, here's another political one, and then a kind of surreal love poem, and then I'm out, and you don't have to listen to me anymore. This first one has both an epigraph and a footnote. The epigraph is from that Nazi son of a bitch, Stephen Miller, who said, under Title 10 of the U.S. Code, the president has plenary authority. And the footnote is, it doesn't. Anyway, plenary authority. Another bourbon bar at the tail end of democracy, drowning the generational deja vu of jackboots demanding paper at the point of a gun. Everyone's fronting like it's all okay, but look closely, the signs of wear are everywhere. The chipped nail polish, the smoldering Marlboro, lipstick stains, smoke to the nub, eyes that never sit still, a strained laugh quickly swallowed. Every ear fears, knock, knock, who's there? Ice, motherfucker, open the door. It's Casablanca on the Hudson. Time to sing the Marseillaise, because they're saying the quiet part out loud, and I've forgotten to fear us. Thank you. All right. And here's an untitled piece, which is rare for me, but I believe in love, like a salmon believes in lemon trees, returning to the wadis where they spawned. Crab-crawled deserts and the embrace of silver moons, dream-filled, razor-edged love. It whip-flays gasping skins and grasping lips. It shivers in glacial lakes, green-hued and sudden. A snow blanket knitted with tender fingers, a howling love, a mewling love, ever encrusted in its own device. Secret love, a ninja kissed and gone. A love eternal flanked between two ticks of grandfather's watch. A soothing love, flame in ash and slag love molten. Love complete, love abstract, love concrete, love unsimple. Like lemon trees on the Bay of Bengal. Can you smell them on the westerly winds? Whoa. Thank you. Thank you all. Love you all. Fucking Pete Solomita. Come on, give it up for Pete.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Matthew Hupert.
Yeah.